truly step in. But please know that this medal represents so much work, so many tears, so many years, so many times of falling and getting back up over and over again. It represents the support that I've received from this nation, from the DOC, from the DAA. It represents the resilience of my coach and husband, and it represents the power of the Dominican people. I am so grateful. I am so honored, and it is always a privilege to represent Dominica.
Yeah, very emotional moment for you. I can see the tears in your eyes. What does the reaction feel like from your family and friends?
Oh, everyone is over the moon. Everyone's on cloud nine. There have been equal or more tears in my own, and it's so well worth it. And we are so worthy to celebrate this.
I got upset. You're the top word. Never ever wanna see you fall down. Wanna give you all my rise. Yeah. From the bottom to the top of the sky, we will rise. Like a phoenix from the ashes we shine. We will rise. We alive. We survive. Whoa. We alive. We still rise. Yeah. We gotta make the whole world know she's strong. Very proud moment, Mr. Doctor. That gold medal. I know it means so much to you. Just tell me how you're feeling right now.
We did it. For sure. Yeah, man. Under the watchful eye of Umpire. Elite. We did it. And we're getting the finger for number one.
Well, Gavin, when that flag was being raised, and then the national anthem was played, that was just the most emotional occasion in my entire life. And we have worked hard for that. We have worked really hard over the years. We have seen her improvement and progression. And I just want to thank my entire Dominica Olympic Committee for us pulling together and supporting her in a big way. And she has responded by a preparation and hard work, and the results are there for everyone to see. Every decision that we have made was one to benefit sports in Dominica generally. And as I said, the results are clear. The investment that we have made in Thea, it has paid dividends, and we are just happy, and we want to make this presentation to the entire Dominican public. They deserve it. They have deserved it. Thea deserved it. And Thea and Aaron have worked well to get her ready for this major event, major activity. And as I've always said, I want to repeat that this achievement is the greatest achievement in Dominican history since we became independent. And I want every Dominican to celebrate in a big way this occasion. I got upset. You're the top words. Never ever wanna see you fall down. Wanna give you all my rise. Yeah. From the bottom to the top of the sky, we will rise. Like a phoenix from the ashes we shine. We will rise. We alive. We survive. Whoa. Realize, we still rise. Yeah. We gotta make the whole world know she's strong. Yeah, Gavin, as you can tell, my voice hasn't come back. But the only thing, I'm just appreciative that we Dominican public came out to support. It's a historic moment for Dominica since we first had competed in the Olympics in 1996. And many years on, we are now Olympic champions. Not only Olympic medalists, but Olympic champions. We are proud of not only Thea, but the support team behind Thea. Aaron, Kala, her family, Dominica Olympic Committee, Dominica Athletics Association. Because it takes a village to build a child. And Thea is our child. She's a proud daughter of Dominica. We are very excited for the work that she has done representing Dominica with honor on the global stage. For the next 4 years, we are Olympic champion. For life, we will always remember Thea for our accomplishments.
Oh, Gavin, for sure, it was one of the most amazing feelings I've ever had. It has always been one of those things that I wanted for Dominica to hear our national anthem and to see our flag being raised at the medal ceremony. We got that today. Thanks so much to Thea LaFond Gadson for giving us our first gold medal. And what better way than at the Olympic Games? The rest really is always about the athletes and their inner motivation. The Dominican Olympic Committee, as I said, will continue to provide the necessary support that is needed, and also to say thank you to the staff of the Dominican Olympic Committee. They helped tremendously. They're more than part of this celebration. It's just a pity that all of us cannot be here in full force and in full numbers. But back home, we know everybody is happy, and we want to thank the Dominican public as well. You know that I'm involved in government and as the parliamentary representative of the Portugal constituency. I also want to say thank you to TLR4 and congratulations to TLR4 for giving us our first gold medal. And what better way? Right, creamy and gold.
Rise, yeah, from the bottom to the top of the sky. We will rise like a phoenix from the ashes will shine. We will rise, we alive, we survive. Whoa, we alive, yeah, we still rise, yeah. We gotta make the whole world know shoes.
Dominica, where is your flag? Ooh, y'all, I went and dig deep to find this flag. I went and dug real deep to find this flag, and we are waving our flag very high. Boy, y'all saw our flag at the Olympics? So, did you cry when you hear the national anthem playing at the Olympics? I certainly did. I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't believe, like, I was just watching Dr. Triffy and she was saying, I mean, are we dreaming? Did this really happen? Did Tia LaFond Gadson really win the gold medal at the Olympics? So, congratulations again, Tia LaFond Gadson. Congratulations on your success. And by the way, today is what? August 5th. If you're looking for Talk on the Block, Matt is off today, but we can still have our conversation. We still have to talk about Thea Gatson. I mean, drop the flags. I haven't seen the flags dropping yet. What you're waiting for? Drop the flags. Show your pride. Show how you are celebrating Thea for her accomplishment. Gold medalist. Dominica in the house. Yes, yes, yes. So, guys, we are so happy. Let's see who's on so far. We have people coming in. Guys, come on in. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Cardi Asa Bantan. We are so happy. Today is a wonderful day. And as we start in the conversation, can we just go ahead and name August? What day was it? August 2nd? Thea for National Day in Dominica. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, if this is your first time joining us here on Q95 FM radio on Facebook and Push Past 10 on Facebook and YouTube, I am Simone Matthew. And here on our platforms, it is all about harnessing the power of technology, social media, international radio, and podcast to elevate the our expertise around the world, so to leverage our experts around the world for the benefit of us all. So guys, come on in, share the live. We have quite a bit of people already here with us. I see Amma, Naren Murthy, what's up? Nice to see you. Sybil is here, Amisha, Glenda Lavidu, Kitishan King, Davidson Lloyd, hey Doc, good to see you. Vincent Warrington Jr., DJ Shan, good to see you. Hey, thank you for playing that song that I requested. Nema Joseph, too many names to mention. So come on in if you want to be acknowledged for being here. Don't forget to drop a message, drop the flag. I see Catherine has already dropped the flag. So drop the flag. We are so proud of Tia. But we have important questions to ask. So this is going to be our version of Talk on the Block today. What's on the block? Thea LaFond Gadson. That is what is on the block. That is what we are talking about today. Today is August 5th, and we are still celebrating Thea. But we have some important questions to ask. We have some very important questions to ask. And the first thing we are asking is, how should we honor Thea LaFond and everything that she has done? And I've noticed quite a bit of comments on Facebook with suggestions. So I want to hear your suggestions, because we know that the powers that be, they're on Q95 like white on rice. So let's give them some food for thought with regards to how we should honor Thea LaFond. So one person said, have a museum installation. I mean, do we even have a museum in Dominica? So let's just be practical here. So I think one of the first things someone recommended is to name the international airport that we are currently building in Dominica. Fingers crossed. We should name it after Thea. Other people have said we should name a street in Roseau after Thea, right? So we're just throwing out the ideas of what we think should be done to honor Thea, because this is the first person in the history of Dominica not only to earn a medal at the Olympics, and that in itself would have been fantastic. But guys, she went straight to the top, right? She went straight to the top. So she just went and she just grabbed that gold medal and she said, okay, Dominica is now on the map. So how should we honor Thea LaFond Gadson for putting Dominica on the map? And by the way, did you see that short video where she was talking about where Dominica is? We're not the Dominican Republic. She was setting them straight. So that is only the beginning of what Thea can do for us. So let's look at what some other people have suggested. So one person mentioned a sports scholarship. I think that's a great idea. Someone else said, let's see, Thea for Independence Day stamp. So let me know what you're thinking. National Day, we talked about that. Thea for drive a billboard. And speaking of which, let us also remember to congratulate Julian Alfred out there in St. Lucia, because she as well has done our little Caribbean islands proud. By the way, I'm not really keeping track, but I know Jamaica usually dominates in terms of track and field. But to my recollection, I don't remember seeing any medals awarded to Jamaica. Of course, I'm sure they got something. But do you guys know what Jamaica won? Because look, we're just celebrating all our islands because we're all Caribbean people and we're all proud of our athletes. I heard Jamaica, I heard Grenada, but the two islands we are focusing on today are Dominica and St. Lucia. And one of the reasons that is important is because Dr. Thompson Fontaine, actually, let me look for his post while we're here, because he mentioned that both St. Lucia and Dominica got into the Olympics at the same time 30 years ago. Both Dominica and St. Lucia, and I believe St. Kitts as well, got into the Olympics at the same time. So it is so interesting to realize that they won gold medals the same year. So is that a coincidence or is that fate, right? So they both got into the Olympics at the very same time, and they both went ahead and secured their gold medal at the same time. So I can't find the post right now, but again, he was talking about how we both got into the Olympics at the same time. And it is so interesting that we both got gold medals at the same time. And there is so much we can talk about. So let me know what you guys want to talk about, because I'm just so excited. So many of us are excited. But let us look at what St. Lucia has been doing for Julian Julian Alfred already. And I know somebody's going to say, oh, why are we always comparing Dominica to other islands? Because we have to. Because we have to take pages from other places and see how that can apply to Dominica. So the first thing I noticed, and let me know what you noticed as well. Did you see that big screen St. Lucia set up to watch the Olympics? My God, I think that screen was probably the size, the width of a football field. An incredibly huge screen just to watch Julian Alfred perform. And when she won, I mean, the place erupted. The place erupted. I mean, St. Lucians lost their mind. Did we have a big screen to watch Thea? Anyway, I'm just here asking questions, guys. And let me tell you, as a psychology professor, I am an advocate for mental health. So always keep in mind if our content, if our questions are disturbing to your spirit, disturbing to your mind, you don't have to engage because we're going to keep asking the questions we need to ask. So again, if you find this information is giving you high blood pressure, if it is elevating your heart rate and you do not want to be a part of this conversation, that's okay. We understand. But again, going back to Julian Alfred, I saw this massive screen and I'm like, wait, where's our massive screen to watch Thea LaFond? So it's only when she win we want to celebrate. We don't want to support when we're going through the process and we're hoping that people actually win. We want to just celebrate in the end. We have to show our support, especially when we think about the lack of a field in Dominica where Thea LaFond could have harnessed her skills. Did Julian Alfred train in St. Lucia? Look, I'm just asking questions. I don't know the answer. I'm depending on you to give me the answer. Did Julian Alfred train in St. Lucia? Or did she have to go abroad? Did she have to go overseas to be able to harness her skills to then turn around and represent St. Lucia in the Olympics? Asking questions. I don't know the answer. Right now, I also saw that already. I'm telling you, Lucians, they don't joke. Already, St. Lucia has this incredible billboard. I think that has to be in the airport because it says, "Welcome to St. Lucia, home of gold medalist Julian Alfred." I mean, we have anything in the airport, no, you? I mean, I haven't been to Dominica since last year, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I mean, overnight, St. Lucia put up a billboard in the airport saying, "Welcome to St. Lucia, home of gold medalist Julian Alfred." Gold medalist Julian Alfred. So where's our billboard? Hey, now you in Dominica. Who else in Dominica? Are there any billboards in Dominica announcing gold medalist Thea LaFond? I know we're all sending congratulations. We're all sending congratulations to her. But let's go back about that training thing, right? So in my mind, you guys know me very well. I'm always thinking about what's next. After all the congratulations, I know some people drink their BB rum and grapefruit juice to celebrate that victory. I'm sure some people took a BB rum and grapefruit juice, according to all you minister, the national drink of Dominica. And by the way, it's bright and creamy for Thea right now. But is it bright and creamy for those who are coming up and have the potential, but we're not investing in the potential? So here's what I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking this can go two different directions. So this can either be the impetus for our powers that be, I'm not calling no name, our powers that be to say, wow, we now have three incredible athletes who have put Dominica on the world stage only this year. We're not talking about, Fabian, who's another high jumper. We're not talking about anybody who come before because we all know nothing happened from them reaching the high heights. But today is a new day. I'm an eternal optimist. I'm always optimistic about today and tomorrow. So, are we looking at Thea and saying, my God, Thea LaFond, Alec Athanas, Kevin Hodge, they have now put us on the map, like we like to say. They have now put that spotlight on Dominica to say, look at our potential despite our challenges. So are we now using that to say, boy, we really need to invest in sports? I should have called Coach Maggie to join this conversation, but I decided to do this last minute. I wonder if we are going to see more investment in sports in Dominica. What are your thoughts? Will the fact that we now have 3 world-class athletes from Dominica who, despite the challenges, the lack of facilities in Dominica, have put Dominica, not the Dominican Republic, on the world map? Will there be an investment in sports in Dominica? Or what do you think that it's another opportunity for political clout? And I say this not out of thin air. I say this because I have already seen it started. So here I am. Everybody know I like my little Wadix on a Saturday, 3:00. I am locked on to Wadix. And I'm listening to Wadix. He announces that Thea has won the gold medal. And now we go over to France for the interviews. I'm not going to call names, but if you listen, this is what I heard from a prominent person who is in Paris with Thea. And we have to thank, quote, well, maybe not quote, but in a nutshell. And we have to thank the government of Dominica for investing $200,000 in Thea's success. Yes, that is absolutely true. I was clapping. I was like, oh, that is so true. Yes, man. They gave her $200,000 to invest in her training overseas because we don't have the facilities. I'm just asking questions and moving along. We don't have the facilities, so they gave her $200,000. Was that EC or US? Anyway, it doesn't matter. $200,000 to Thea LaFond, and we invested in her. Guys, do you know what I heard next? I was floored. And by the way, I am not telling you what somebody told me. I was sitting right here. You see that chair right there? Right next to my countertop? I was sitting right there listening to the radio live. And this is what the person said. When Thea LaFond came to us, she was at the lowest point in her athletic career. Here's what the person said next. Because of the previous administration. Let me repeat that. When Thea LaFond came to us, she was at the lowest point of her athletic career because of the previous administration. What does that have to do with anything? Why bring the politics? The first day, 30 minutes, not even 30 minutes, 20 minutes after Thea LaFond won the gold medal, we already in politics. We already talking about who didn't do what and who did what, and removing the focus where it ought to be. So we already start, because of the previous administration, Thea LaFond was at her lowest point. I would like to ask Thea LaFond that question. Did the previous administration have anything to do with the fact that you may have been, and I can't speak for her, you may have been at the lowest point of your athletic career? Did the previous administration have anything to do with that? So, why are we injecting politics already into the fact that Thea LaFond has won a gold medal? I mean, that is just so disheartening. And that just deflated me. I was sitting there like, wow, we cannot even get a minute to just celebrate, to just be happy, to just be excited that Thea LaFond has won a gold medal. We already have to drag the politics into it. I mean, that is just sad. And I'm telling you, I heard it with my own ears. I heard it with my own ears that this person was saying, because of the previous administration, Thea LaFond was at the lowest point in her athletic career. And guys, as you're coming in, I see in the comments, I'm going to take your comments in a little while. So keep them coming. And don't forget to share the live as you're coming in to let everyone know that we're here and we're celebrating Thea. But we have to be concerned. We have to be concerned because is she going to be used to gain political clout? So rather than focusing on what should be next, how should we invest in sports? Who is the next Thea LaFond? Who is the next Alex? Who is the next Kevin? Who is the next whatever in whatever sports? Who is the next booyah artist? And I'm going to play you a song in a little while because we have to support other young people. I shouldn't say I can't run to save my life because I'm a runner, but I can do no high jump. I can run up to an hour nonstop, and I just did so this morning. But I can do no high jump. So we have to look beyond Thea. Yes, let's celebrate her. Let's embrace her, right? But what about the other young people who are frustrated? You know, somebody sends me a voicemail over the weekend of a young man talking about killing himself. Can you believe that? A young man talking about there are no opportunities in Dominica. He cannot leave Dominica to go anywhere. So all he's thinking every day, all he's thinking about is how he can just end it. How sad is that? How sad is that? And that is because many of our young people do not see a future. They do not see a future. So yes, let's raise our flags, right? Let's celebrate Thea, but let's don't forget to ask the important questions that come with this celebration. How are we investing in our young people? Not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Not everybody can be the next Jody Dumpling, especially our young men. I was listening to Ferguson Valmore, very promising young man from the Kalinago, and he does a program right here on Q95 called Nature Island Small Business Buzz. And Ferguson Valmore, as a young man, said to Wadix was interviewing him on Creole Heartbeat last Friday, and he said to Wadix, I am so concerned about our young men in Dominica. Guess why he's concerned? He is concerned because all the entrepreneurs that come on his program, and this is a program that Mr. G created to shed the light, give the spotlight to young businesses in Dominica. But everyone who comes on the program, 99% of his guests are young women. They're young women. Where are our young men? Our young men are motivated differently from young women. You know, we as women, we can take it. We can take it, we can take it, we can take it. And we will still show up. We will still smile, although we have nothing in the fridge to give our children. We will still show up. We will still smile. We will still pretend that everything is okay. But men process things differently. So when you hear a young man, Feddersen is only 20 years, but he's making some very important observation. When we hear about the plight of young men, we hear about a young man talking about killing himself. Papa Bonchier, what we doing for our young men? I feel like Lofty today. Sorry, Lofty. But I feel like I'm channeling my inner Lofty. I'm always channeling some inner somebody. What are we doing for our young men? Right? So, yes, celebrate Thea. That's what we're doing today. But we have to ask those important questions. What next? That's what I'm asking you guys. What's next? Are we going to use this to say, boy, look at what our young people are accomplishing despite no investment, little investment in sports, despite them having to go overseas? And keep in mind, I've been asking myself that question. Let me know what you all think. I've been asking myself that question. Is Thea LaFond a US citizen? Was she born in Dominica? Again, I'm just asking questions. That's all I do. Everybody knows me. I come on Facebook, I come on the radio, my Q95 program, Roots Connections, and I ask questions. Is Thea LaFond a US citizen? Because according to Simeon Joseph, they instill some real Dominica-ness in Thea LaFond. And just asking practical questions. If she is a US citizen, can you imagine the amount of endorsements Thea LaFond would have come into her right now? Think of that for a moment. We are seeing people like Simone Biles, my namesake, very proud. We are seeing people like Simone Biles not only receiving endorsements, but have you noticed her whole family in the business now? And I hear Jamaicans do the same thing. When somebody becomes very successful in Jamaica, they do the ripple effect. So it's not just me. It's not just money for me. It's money for me, my nenen, my power, my uncle, my cousin, my mother, my father, my grandparents, everybody. So Simone Biles, I'm looking at commercials now, and I'm like, Simone Biles' grandmother in commercial too for diabetes medicine. Simone Biles' sister is on commercials too. Right? Sha'Carri Richardson, my God, how many ads have you seen Sha'Carri Richardson from the US in? I saw maybe about 4 of them, and that's only the ones I've seen. That doesn't include the ones that I haven't seen. So my point is, think of the kind of endorsements Thea LaFond would be getting right now if she had participated in the Olympics under the US flag. I'm sure she's a US citizen. Even if she was born in Dominica, I'm sure she's a US citizen. So here she is sacrificing the endorsements she could have received. She would have been a millionaire right now, just based on endorsements coming in. She probably would be like, yes, no, nah, not for me. Yes, yes. That's how she would be right now. Her phone would be blowing up. Gold medal, not a bronze, not a silver. My girl just said, I just gotta grab the gold, right? So imagine the kind of endorsements she would be receiving right now. And she sacrificed all that to represent us. To represent us. They say we have 70,000 people in Dominica. You in Dominica? If you're in Dominica, do we have 70,000 people in Dominica? Right? Sacrifice that to participate in the Olympics for Dominica. How are we going to honor that? How are we going to honor that? Are we going to pull her into the politics thing and say, yes, and the success of Thea LaFond is because of the, you know what party? I don't talk politics. So I'm not going to call political parties. I don't call political parties. I don't call no prime minister name. I don't call no minister name, because my vision, my purpose is beyond that politics thing, because all it does is divide us. And I mentioned before how a very good example of that, right? So after the girl sacrificed all these endorsements she could have received, first of all, who's going to endorse her in Dominica? Who's going to be able to afford to pay her the millions US, that is, US, she could have gotten from endorsements in the US? And she's not asking for that. She's not asking for that. All she's probably thinking is, how can I use this to leverage the visibility on sports, to encourage people to want to invest more in sports? So all you think they will invest in sports, man? I mean, I just asking questions. I already tell all I come in and do is ask questions, okay? And I know I have a huge audience that is not Dominican or Caribbean, because I would have done this whole program in our local language. But how will you think they will honor her? You don't think she'll be dragged into all the politics? Or will they finally say, wow, look at what Thea was able to accomplish. The potential of Thea, how we can spread that like sprinkles on a cake. How can we spread that so that other young people in Dominica can receive those kind of benefits to maximize their potential? Like I like to say, take the limits off their potential so that they too can be the next Thea LaFond. So I'm just here asking questions. So let me see what our folks are saying on Facebook. And again, thank you for joining us. Matt will be back with us tomorrow, God willing, hopefully, for Talk on the Block. But we have to talk. This is Talk on the Block, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. So this is what we're doing. So Leon Languedoc, hey, nice to see you. I know your real name, but I won't say it because you go by Leon Languedoc. Says, I believe she was referring to the previous leadership of the Olympics Committee headed by Mr. Wilson. Talifia Charles, don't forget Stefan Pascal. Yep, very true. Good afternoon, Marshall. Okay, I think the comments are right here. I don't know why I have my head down in the phone. I can take your comments right here. So let's do that instead. So Just Judes, what is the opinion about her not being homegrown talent? That's not a concern for me. Dominica is in her blood. Whether she was raised in Dominica, whether she was raised in Portugal, Spain, Dominica is in her blood. So actually it worked in her favor that she is not homegrown talent, because where she would have grown that talent? Where's the track and field? And I like what she said when she said, we have the money for a track, we don't have the land. So all we need is for the powers that be to give us the land. So where are they going to put the field? Where are they going to put the field? I mean, I'm just asking questions. I just keep saying it. I'm just asking questions. Let's see. Her motto is still bright and creamy. Yes, but things are bright and creamy only for one set, right? Glenda Lavidou, yes, I cried hearing the national anthem in Paris, and just says chills. Dave Bertrand, you are not ashamed as a member of parliament. Imagine that. Dave, imagine that. Well, we're beyond this at this point. This whole you're not ashamed. As a matter of fact, the one who said bright and creamy, she so wants us to know she's not ashamed of saying it. Did you see the end of the video? It's like she threw it in our face again. If you all think these politicians are paying to any of our concerns, it's a lie. They're not paying attention, because she's so proud that she said things are bright and creamy in Portsmouth because the ice cream shop is remaining open late. Instead of saying the ice cream shop is open late because they're not making no money. They don't make no money for the day, so they're trying to stay open late. to try to see if they can make a little money. She said things are bright and creamy in Portsmouth because the ice cream shop is, they don't have no shame. They have no shame in their game. So thank you guys for the flags. I see the flags are coming in. Don't forget, drop those flags, drop those flags. Let's see who else we have. Teresa Susanna Roll, always great to have you. Dave Bertrand says the new track and field stadium should be named after Thea LaFond. Great idea. The new track and field stadium should be named after Thea LaFond. But Ola Nukai Mete. Say somewhere Kamade, oui? Ola Nukai Mete. Keck would be proud of me. I'm learning Creole, guys. Dave Bertrand, thanks Dr. Thompson Fontaine for putting the case forward for Dominica and St. Lucia to join the Olympic Committee. And that was about 30 years ago, if I recall correctly. Marsha Roy, that's not what Billboard says in exact words. So Marsha, tell us, what does the Billboard say? We're having a discussion, right? So tell us, what does the Billboard say in exact words? Thank you for being here, Marsha. Dave Bertrand, bright and creamy with the BB rum. We're just combining it. Yeah. And by the way, how does the minister know that you cannot find BB rum and pink grapefruit in Dominica? I wouldn't know if there was no BB rum and grapefruit in Dominica, because I'm not looking for rum to drink. I'm just asking questions. I wouldn't know. Would you know, if you're not somebody who drinks, that there's no rum and BB rum and pink grapefruit in Roseau, when she says a minister of government in parliament is talking about BB rum and pink grapefruit is sold out in Roseau? How does she know that? I mean, she must be drinking the BB rum and pink grapefruit, because it's only if you're looking for it to drink it that you would know. You cannot find it, so it's not available. It's sold out. And by the way, I just want to say, for the amount of times that video was shared, it's great advertising for BB rum. That is the only positive thing I can think of that came out of that. Great advertising for a local product. But other than that, that's what we're talking about in Parliament, right? That's what we're talking about in Parliament. BB rum and pink grapefruit sold out. And the economy is bright and creamy because ice cream shops staying open. What we should be talking about? Should we be talking about things of national interest? Should we be talking about the track and field that we're talking about? Should we be talking about how we invested in our young people? I mean, in my mind, that is what we should be talking about: economic development, sustainable development, what we're doing for our young people, the young man that send a voicemail to say he's feeling like killing himself because there's no opportunity in Dominica. But I'm just asking questions. On to the Facebook. Leon says, I believe he was referring to, yes, so we got your comments already. Let's scroll down. Rupert says, during the reign of the previous administration, Thea LaFond was just stepping into teenage life. How could the previous administration retard her progress? Rupert, that is the exact question we discussed at home. That was the exact question. How could the previous administration was what, 24 years ago, like something like that? How old is Thea? Thea is 30. She's 30. 24 minus, she was 6. She was 6. So how did the previous administration retard her progress? Politics, politics, politics. I cannot believe this, man. First interview, 10 minutes after Thea LaFond wins the gold medal, talking about she was at the lowest point in her athletic career because of the previous administration. I didn't hear it, guys. I didn't hear it from somebody else. Mwetanli kod zie. What is Zoe? Mwetansa kod Zoe amwe. I heard it with my own ears. Very sad. So we already see what the program is going to be in terms of what they have planned for Thea. Thea, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you because I already see what's the landscape, the writing on the wall, what it is going to be. that this administration, how they plan to capitalize on your success. It is not going to be what we're hoping for in terms of using Alec Athenas, Kevin Hodge, Thea LaFond Gadson to say, let us invest more in sports, let us invest more in our young people, the potential, the promise of our young people. It is going to be, how can we capitalize on Thea LaFond for political gain? And if, as many people are talking about, there's a snap election around the corner, you see the picture? You see the picture? You guys are smart people. I don't need to state the obvious. Ora Burton cannot be in the previous administration because the present administration has been in office over 20 years. I don't get the person's point, but that's Dominica for you. Everything these days is politics. Absolutely right. This is yep, absolutely right. Rupert, there has been absolutely no investment in youth over the past 2 decades. Let me take that from the top. There has been absolutely no investment in youth over the past 2 decades. Our most productive sector, which is the youth, are leaving Dominica in droves thanks to the government with no vision. When they land on another shore, they become very productive and prosperous. Dominica is the only Caribbean island with a declining population. Absolutely. And I have proof of that. I interviewed a young man recently, and he was telling me he was Guayan. You know what's Guaya? If you're not from Dominica, the French-speaking, Creole-speaking islands, he was struggling, real struggle. I mean, Guaya is beyond struggle. What is Guaya? I mean, scraping by in Dominica. He went to Antigua, just 30 minutes from Dominica by flight. He was getting so many jobs, he didn't know what to pick. He was getting so many jobs in construction. He was like, Miss, I couldn't figure out what job to pick because I had so many options. I could work round the clock and make money. Okay, so Rupert, you are absolutely correct. People go to St. Kitts. I mean, St. Kitts is just a little rockway. I've been to St. Kitts. St. Kitts is just a little rock. And you hear how well Dominicans are doing. What is the administration going to do to invest in young people? That is the conversation we should be having. We spent a whole weekend drinking BB rum and pink grapefruit. Now let's get serious. Okay? We celebrate over the weekend. All you had Saturday night, all you had Sunday night, today's a holiday. I'm sure you're still drinking. But what's next? After we finish celebrate, after we finish say how proud we are of Thea, after we finish boasting about, oh boy, our Dominica anthem was at the Olympics, all you don't see Thea and the flag now. What's next? What's next? Where do we go? Where do we go? That's what I'm waiting to see. Next comment. Philip says, Thea LaFond, born in Roseau, Dominica, April 5th, 1994. Thank you, Philip. Yeah, and I'm sure I could have just Googled that. But anyway, that's why I have the best audience. Thank you, Philip. Thea LaFond was born in Roseau, April 5th, 1994, but I'm sure she's a U.S. citizen. I have a sinking feeling that she's a U.S. citizen. October says DLP is first in line to endorse Thea. That is the only brand Dominica identify with. Marshall says, yes, we celebrate the achievements of our athletes. Thea LaFond with gold medal. It's a historic milestone and an inspiration to others coming. Yes, it's an inspiration, Marshall, but how are we investing? I mean, you can have all the inspiration. Let's say I wanted to be a pilot, right? I could be as determined as ever. I can watch all the videos. I can go on YouTube. I can watch all the videos about flying, operating the equipment, checking whatever needs to be checked, passenger safety, how to put the fuel in the plane, how to read the manual. I could read the manual from front page to back page, cover to cover. Would you come on my flight? Would you come on my flight? If I didn't step into on a plane, at least a simulation, and put those skills into practice, would you come on my flight? Who would come on my flight? I wouldn't even go on my flight. So you'd go by all yourself. That is the point. So yes, it inspires other people, young and old. I mean, now I feel like I could be an athlete too. I want to go to the Olympics. All you coming? Yes, it should inspire other young people to want to follow Thea's footsteps. But how are we enabling it? How are we providing the resources they need to get there? So, Marshall, that's a great point. But what's next? What are we going to do to make those dreams and goals a reality? October's, the only people that benefiting from visibility is Doc and Dominica's government. You just said it. Who else could finance her? Rupert, April 5th, 1994 is 6 years prior to the present regime taking office. So when the UWP demitted office, she was only 6 years. We talked about that. Yes, Alyssa, my neighbor in Bath, said, Sakafet neighbor, we don't have tracks here. Best Thea stay where she is. Marsha, she said in an interview to provide her land in Dominica, and some close associates will focus on working out a plan to help her build the track. Absolutely. But will the land be provided? That is the question. Marriott, build a professional track and field stadium and name it after her. Allow her to be a true ambassador. Give a 1 acre of land in Warner Parish of St. Paul, where she is from. So I'm loving the suggestions, guys. I'm loving the commentary on the Facebook and YouTube Live. Rupert, that will never happen. This administration will not do anything for which they cannot be worshipped. And not just worshipped now, Rupert, worshipped immediately. No long-term bagay. What a long-term bagay thing that. Agriculture too long-term. I have to wait too much. I have to wait too many years for people to say, oh, bravo, agriculture is thriving. Oh, bravo, tourism. That's too long. I want it now. Internet children. Who sang that song? Internet children. We want the praise right now. So no long-term investment. Leon Lando, why am I saying Languedoc? Leon Lando, the government has already selected Point Round as the location for an athletic track and field, sporting field. Let us see if this win will speed up the process of construction. So that's a good point. So Leon is saying that there is an area selected, but again, kicking the can down the road. Will we see construction? Because now Thea has come and showed us her potential, showed us what can happen when we invest in our young people. Avenel says a new track and field sport facility should be built and named after her. Absolutely. Andy, nice to see you. This government should be ashamed. Totally waste of time. Rupert, thank you for the comments. That will win as much speed as the international airport, the marina, the swimming pool. Lest you forget the Mogpital Hospital moved full speed and took in excess of 10 years to be completed. In fact, it gave us a new waterfall whenever rain falls. Yes, so now we're seeing the issues at the hospital in terms of it leaking whenever there's rain. Andy says they have failed the young people of this country. They have nothing to be proud of. Very shameful. Let's see, Marlon Shillingford. Hi, nice to see you, Marlon. Thank you for being here. Marshall, there's enough land in Dominica where a track and field stadium can be built. Absolutely. Dave Bertrand. The previous administration had laid the foundation for a stadium with a synthetic track and field, and this government just threw this outside, throw this aside. Just Judd's speaking about flight. Why are we restricted from recording our flight experience in and out of Dominica? That's a question for the government. I have no idea why that is. Andy says this government has nothing to offer the young people of this country. The only praise I would give this government if they all would resign now, nothing more or less. So, guys, thank you for being here. I know we all miss Matt. Let's see, October says, if export was good for Thea raw materials to win gold, then every youth must be exported to improve this. So, in a nutshell, October's and many people are saying that the only way for young people to succeed is to be out of Dominica. And somebody made a good point. The person said, we have three people, at least three that I know of, who were successful in the Olympics. And none of them can credit being in Dominica for their success. So we have the young guy who did gymnastics. His name is escaping me. Somebody tell me his name. His mom is from Dominica. His dad is Haitian. We have the son of our legendary Jeff Joe, who won a medal for France. And we have Thea LaFond, who flies her flag proudly. Dr. Triffy, I see you. I see you had a whole Dominica dress. I want that dress, Dr. Triffy. So Thea flies her whole Dominica flag, but guess what? She cannot credit Dominica. Tad said it the best. I was watching Tad yesterday. Tad James, Black Pepper. They cannot credit Dominica. So as much as we are proud and as much as we don't like anybody to talk, oh, are you bringing down the country? I'm going to get it, guys. I'm waiting. I'm going to get it. They're going to come for me. That's okay. They can come. I like to leave people out in the cold. So let me just say this. If you're going to come and post a negative comment, other people will respond to you. I'm not going to respond to you. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my effort. But how many of these three medal winners can credit Dominica to say, oh, I trained in Dominica, and that is why I'm successful? All they have is the bloodline, the blood of the Kalinago warriors and our African ancestors that flows through their vein, that gives them, see, I got muscles, all you, I got muscles, that gives them what they need to succeed outside of Dominica. Does that sound familiar to you? How many of us would have not as been as successful had we remained in Dominica? Not because of who we are, but because our potential would have been limited. We would not have been able to take the limits off our potential. How many of us? I wonder where I would be working right now if I stayed in Dominica. I worked at the Prime Minister's office. Did you all know that? I wonder if Scary would have retained me. Well, my father from Baker, so who knows? That's probably where I would still have been. I would not have been able to study. Even if I'd been able to study, what other job would I have received in Dominica? So people are successful because we take the values and ethics we learn in Dominica, we go out into the world, and then we just explode because there's no limit to our opportunities. There's no limit placed on us, right? So again, we connecting the dots. 3 athletes of Dominican parentage. Kalinago, Negmawo. They call it savages. That's okay. I need to get a t-shirt, The blood of savages run through my veins. Right? All they have is the heritage of Dominica, but none of them can say, I trained in Dominica. That's why I'm successful. So guys, thank you. I hope I did a nice little substitute for Matt's not being here. We were still able to have a very fruitful conversation. Let's see what Dr. Triffy is saying. Margaret Wallace, Dave Bertrand, good point. Some might have said there's no way we have CARICOM games. We don't have the money. Lord of excuses. I guess lots of excuses, but they got it done. And now we have our first gold. Kudos. It takes an entire community when we remember that we catapult to the next level. Yeah, so it's all about taking it to the next level and thinking about what is next. Verna, it is true. Dominica have nothing to offer. Celius, why did the government build all what they build and did not think of good advice from good Dominican people? Because the government is the authority on everything. Okay, that's the simple answer. October's, should I teach my children to anchor to Dominica? Or should I teach them that the world is their home, not just Dominica? Because let's be honest, what are we allegiance to? What are we allegiance to? The dirt that we named Dominica. Very good points. As Celius, I had to go to Guadeloupe when I was a boy back in 1970. I'm sure all of us have stories. Andy, I believe Thea has opened a can of worms to help expose the bad governance to this corrupt government. No, Andy, she can't do that. They give her $200,000. She has to celebrate them. She has to sing their praises for all the wonderful things they've done. That sounds like a church song. Rupert, Simone, Minister Rayburn Blackmore cursed me for saying that members of this administration should support Thea in secrecy because they did absolutely nothing to bring her to this moment of glory. They have no interest in sports. For those of us believe that Thea's success will spur this government to give sports a boost, we are deluding ourselves. Lest we forget that because of the government's lack of interest in sports, we missed out on the stages of matches in the Cricket World Cup. We do not have, I can't see the rest of your message, but thank you for the points. Frederick Barron, my friend, nice to see you. We are good at exporting passport, parrots, and people. Absolutely. Triple P's. Parrots, passports, and people. Alistair, Daryl Titt even attacked Thea, saying on Dominica Breaking News, if we want her to get helicopter welcome, check it out for yourself. Finally, me, that is Thea, I would represent the US. Absolutely. So, guys, thank you for being here. I thank you for engaging in this conversation. And we are going to remain focused on this topic because, by the time Matt opened the mic tomorrow morning, we're on to something else. And again, because there's so many issues. There's so many issues. Matt says it all the time. Dominica is pregnant with issues, and we're just trying to buff them one at a time. But we have to stay on top of this, because we have to watch what happens next. We have to watch and see if Thea winning the gold medal at the Paris 2024 Olympics will be the impetus, because Lord knows we've been having these conversations over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I've done a program on sports and the need to invest in sports. Thank God for Coach Maggie. He always says yes. So is that going to be the impetus for the powers that be to finally invest in sports in Dominica? Or is this going to be used as political capital for the next election? I'm just asking questions. I am Simone Matthew. Thank you for joining us here on Q95 FM radio on Facebook and Push Past 10 on Facebook and YouTube, where we continue to harness the power of technology, international radio, social media, and podcasts to leverage the expertise of our young people and of every everyone for the benefit of us all. So, guys, I want to thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. And speaking about investing in our young people, there is this young man that I have been following very closely, and all he is asking for is an opportunity to get his music out to the public. He is very talented, and I have sent his music. DJ Shan just recently played it, and I'm so grateful for DJ Shan. I've sent it to a couple of other DJs, and all he is asking for, like Thea, is for a door to open so that he too can have an opportunity to take the limits of his potential and to fulfill his dreams. So let me have you listen to this, a very inspirational song. This one from Classic, a song entitled Blessings.
It's been a long time coming. Strictly blessings. Well, I was born in the struggle, and I came from the rubble. But you gotta make it out one day, that's what mommy tell me. So many tried to abuse me, but they could not get to me. And this is why I say, I'm going up, 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 up to my blessing. Right now I'm moving up, 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 up to my blessing, up to my blessings. Hey! Well, I've been down in the dirt, and I have put in all the work, just to give myself the better life and to make me happy. But the hate and jealousy just keep coming after me, trying to pull me down. So I'm gonna say to the mountains, move, and just get out of my way. Tell the devil not today, cause I have full dominion over you. Because Jaja is my guide, I'm stepping to the light, to the light. I'm going up, 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 up to my blessing. Right now I'm moving up, 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 up to my blessing, up to my blessing. Cause it's my time to rise. Yeah, yeah, yes, it's my time to rise. No, no, cause they will never keep me from my glory. I'll try to end my story. The Father laid out for me, and I will remain from me in the Savior. For He is my protector and my solid. So I'm gonna say to the mountains, move, and just get out of my way. Tell the devil not today, cause I have full dominion over you. Because Jaja is my guide, I'm stepping to the light, to the light. I'm going up, 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 up to my blessing. Right now I'm moving up, 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 up to my blessing. Cause it's my time to rise. Yeah, yeah, yes, it's my time to rise. No, no.
Yes, yes, yes. So, again, supporting our young people and seeing what we can do to give them a brighter future. And Andy had a good question. Could someone tell us how much was allocated in the budget just for sports? So important question. So guys, thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to keep it locked to Q95 FM radio, the big station. Remember to follow us, to share, and to like, and we will see you again very soon. You have yourself a wonderful day. Take care.